I want to do a quick video on running. I've been doing a lot of running recently above anything else, and it feels awesome. Before I was doing a bit of weightlifting. Recently, though, I've been eating a lot of carbohydrates. I've been feeling very healthy. I've been eating I've been eating a raw vegan diet. So I wanted to share with you 5 tips that I've picked up from running since I started running, and it's improved my game in the running department immensely. I've started doing 2-mile runs, barely making it, and now I'm doing 8-mile runs twice-ish a week. Okay, tip number 1. When you're running, you're inevitably going to get tired and you're going to want to walk for a minute or something. You're going to walk for a second to take a break. I do this quite a lot if I'm on a longer run. Taking a quick walk is a great refresher. But what I notice a lot of people doing when I'm out on the trail or running the roads is people walking up hills, and I think that's a bad idea. I mean, you think it would make sense to walk up a hill to save your energy, but I've noticed that if I pick up my pace when I'm running up a hill, I am actually saving energy because I'm utilizing my leg muscles and just powering through a hill. And if I want to walk at the top of the hill and walk down a little bit, I can. And that's allowing me for better posture when I'm walking down the hill. When you're running up a hill, you're sort of leaning forward and your knees are coming up higher, it makes it a little bit more difficult for you to breathe. If you're walking down the hill, your chest is open, you don't have a lot of energy you need to put in to move forward. Ooh. And I've noticed that I can sustain a longer exercise if I'm running up hills and walking down hills only when necessary. Okay, step number 2, being confident within yourself when you're running. I can't tell you how big of a difference it's made to me to be confident about my ability to run. When you get out on a trail and it's full of hills and crazy terrain and things like that, it's very easy to think, oh man, this totally sucks. I'm never gonna get anything done on this trail. And what happens is you're really negatively reinforcing your body. Your body's thinking, well, brain is telling us that we can't do this. So we're incapable. You know, it's like that thought is sending a message to your body that you're not capable of doing this. I did a run yesterday in the hills of Lafayette, California. It's really gnarly terrain, really steep hills. Some hills are so steep you got to walk down them. I remember getting about halfway through and suddenly getting that second wind and thinking, I'm a fucking beast. I got this no problem. You know, I started the trail doing a little bit of walking because I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to complete this whole thing. But you know what? I got halfway through and something clicked. I started thinking very positively about what I was doing, and it completely changed my running experience. I turned into this absolute friggin' machine. Like, no hill could stop me. I was running up and down these hills at a really fast pace, too. And I believe that came from the confidence that I was giving my body. My brain was giving my body, like, you're a friggin' beast and you can handle this shit. So try it next time you're running. Just be confident about what you're doing and know that you're gonna make great progress during your exercise. Okay, number 3, hydration. If you're running in a warm climate, a week ago I did a run in the Lafayette Reservoir. It was 93 degrees. Please make sure you bring hydration. If you're starting to get the chills when you're running in hot temperature like that, you really need to get shade and get hydrated immediately. There's nothing worse than being out in the middle of nowhere on a run and you're out of water and you're starting to feel dehydrated. That is a terrible feeling. That is not something you want to mess with. So make sure you bring plenty of water with you. Camelbacks, I heard, work really great. I've been actually carrying a half gallon of water in my hands because I don't really have anything else to use. I have used my hiking backpack in the past with the hip strap to kind of keep it all secure. So just hydrate and don't think to yourself, yeah, I got this run. Like, I'll just get water when I get back. Honestly, if you're running in hot weather, you will get dehydrated so quickly and it's important to rehydrate while you're running. Okay, number 4 on that note, try to run later in the day. There are a few reasons to this. One, there's less people around. It's more of a personal experience, in my opinion. I like to treat my running experience like a meditation. It's a very personal experience. I don't want to be chatting with people. I don't want to, be bumping into people or running around people or anything like that. Not only that, it is cooler. Running closer to sunset, you're going to have cooler temperatures. You're not having direct sunlight on your skin, and you're saving yourself from potential skin damage from the sun, depending on how long you're outside. So that's number 4. That was a quick one. Number 5 is just keep pushing with your running. Next time you're on a run, just keep pushing through. I remember watching a video that Michael Arnstein did, Fruitarian, very, very well-known ultra-marathoner, and he was talking about 3 stages of running: the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual. Most people run in the physical state, and once you're physically tired, you're like, oh, I really should stop running. But if you keep running, you stop running on an emotional level, and you're justifying why you're continuing running based on an emotional need to keep running. And at some point, you stop emotionally being able to justify what you're doing, and it becomes a spiritual experience. And when you're pushing super hard, that's the spiritual experience is when you get into the meditative state. And I believe I reached that yesterday on my 8-mile run. I felt like my body was just moving, and I wasn't really controlling that movement. It was just happening, and I was experiencing this, and I felt this intense, wrenching, emotional, I felt like this horrible emotional feeling was being pulled away and out of me, like this release was happening, and it was very relieving. I feel like a lot of healing can be done from doing running in long distances, as long as you keep pushing. You have to push through the walls. You're going to hit walls when you run. Just make sure you keep punching through them, and you will gain huge benefits emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Okay, those are my 5 tips for running. I'll have more tips for sure once I continue running and think of things that are helping me improve, and I'll share them with you once I know what they are. All right, take care, everyone.